Jesus? Oh, Jesus isn't there. Let's get Gilbert Gottfried in there.
Okay.
Let's bring in Gilbert.
Can't get Jesus, get Gilbert. Close enough.
By the way, Gary and I were in here earlier estimating Gilbert's net worth.
And what did you come up with?
$5 million minimally.
Why?
Okay, because we know he makes in the high six figures minimally. He doesn't spend a dime, and he's worth at least...
He's making all that money.
I'll guarantee he's worth at least $5 million.
Tell me where the money comes from.
Believe it or not, you're looking at a millionaire.
Tell me where this money is coming from. Where's this six-figure salary coming from?
Oh, Gilbert?
Yeah.
He plays a parrot in about 8 different cartoons. He does a lot of stuff. He also works...
A lot of voiceover?
How often do you do comedy club dates, Gilbert? What?
It varies.
It varies?
Yeah.
Do you do at least...
how many would you say you do a year?
Not a lot. Not one of those, like...
You're not out every week?
Yeah, not one of those Seinfeld Leno types.
Right, you don't love it. You hate doing it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you do your act and people don't understand it, like you're not smart enough to get you.
You're always having
and they boo you.
That Gilbert is funny.
Yeah, it's really weird.
People don't get it.
You go to Gilbert shows and no one's laughing, and then you go, no, he's very funny. And comedians think he's funny. And then they start to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't get it.
I have to do that all the time. You say, Gilbert, no, he's not. No, Gilbert is funny.
Anybody who loves Gilbert, constantly has to defend him.
Yes. And you find yourself overestimating his talent.
Right.
To try to get people to go along.
And you try to convince people, you go, no, you're just not smart enough to understand it.
Or you say, no, he is brilliant.
Right. Yes,
brilliant.
Gary, what is it?
I've seen Gilbert perform many times.
And bomb many times.
But there were 2 in particular that come to memory.
Yes.
One time he opened up for a music act, Buster Poindexter.
Right.
Down in Philadelphia. And nobody knew what Gilbert was doing there. They were waiting for music. And I was the only one in the whole place laughing.
Right.
And it just got funnier because no one else was laughing.
How about when Tom Chiusano hired Gilbert for an appearance on business?
That was the classic one.
And Gilbert had to go running out through the bushes.
Yeah.
People were hiding.
They climbed over large bushes.
Yeah, because people were bullying you, right?
Well, he antagonized them so much they were about to come get him.
See, Seinfeld and Leno like doing stand-up because they get positive feedback.
People actually like that.
Yeah, why would you like Gilbert?
When they go on stage, people get that they're funny.
Right.
They laugh.
Right
away. You don't have to explain it.
Gilbert, why don't you say some funny stuff once in a while, and then people will like it.
Howard, the other thing that's interesting about Gilbert is, we're talking about his net worth and everything.
Right.
I have a 4.5-year-old kid now. Gilbert's like a mainstay of kids' television now.
Is that right?
He turns up everywhere. He's on all these kid shows. One of the funniest things he does...
In all fairness, Gilbert does everything.
But he does a public service announcement for... it's a fire alarm that's on the ceiling, and Gilbert's the fire alarm.
Really?
It starts to talk to the kids.
Gilbert wrinkles his face like he doesn't know what Gary's talking about, but he does.
You don't even remember that you do. It's so weird.
And the fire alarm starts yelling at the kids. It's like, hey, kids!
But Gilbert only does one voice.
I know, but he does a little bit more.
Like, why doesn't Gilbert, branch out and do another voice? Yes. The parrot's the same voice. The fire alarm's the same voice. Because my kid says to me, hey, is that fire alarm the parrot from Aladdin? And you do lots of commercials, right?
Yeah, he does Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, so
he's the toaster.
You're making the high 6 figures, right, every year?
I guess.
And you don't spend any money because you're infamously cheap.
I spent $10 this year.
Yeah. So you're worth... Am I crazy to say you're worth $5 million?
I don't know how much I'm worth.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
You don't have an accountant?
No.
No. You have an accountant.
Money? Do you have a bank account?
What do you invest in? Seriously, do you do the stock market?
Oh, I'm real bad at that.
Do you do the stock market? Does your accountant help you with that?
No.
He's in the internet stocks.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seriously, you don't, what do? You make the money, and then where does the money go? It goes to your agent, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then your agent pays who? The accountant?
Oh, the agent?
Yeah. Who does he send your check to?
The check gets sent to me after he takes his...
Oh, you take it home?
I'm telling you, Gilbert's...
You don't even have an account?
No, I'm an idiot.
I guarantee you Gilbert puts his money under the mattress.
Yeah.
He's like one of those guys.
Gilbert, I don't think you're an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, I think you're an idiot. But I'm saying...
You just don't know how big an idiot.
You're telling me the money comes to you, and then what do? You walk to the bank with your check?
Pretty much. I mean, I get like 2% on my money.
Gilbert's like a human squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get an accountant, like a show business accountant, who can maybe help you put it into something?
Figure out how to invest.
Do you have a money market fund or anything?
Yeah, I have that. I have some bonds here and there.
And how do you buy the bonds? You buy them yourself?
No, I do have an accountant.
Oh, you do? So he helps you buy the bonds?
Is he talking savings bonds or is he talking like...
I don't know. No, he has bonds.
USA.
Aren't you a Jew?
You're supposed to know how to handle money.
Yeah.
You said I was cheap. So
wow.
I think we...
You are cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you would agree to.
Right. Oh, no, he is. All right, here's Angela, who saw Gilbert's penis.
Really?
Wow.
That's true. Angela, how did you see Gilbert's penis?
Well, I used to work with Gilbert on Up All Night. Hi, Gilbert.
Hi, how are you?
Do you know Angela, Gilbert?
Oh, yes, yeah.
You remember me, Gilbert?
Yes.
Do you remember the time I saw the outline of your penis in your underwear? We were getting changed. And
this is your life of perverts.
Yes.
So Gilbert was in his underwear. You were getting changed.
Yes. Well, Gilbert was getting changed.
I like that show had costume changes.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone noticed.
Costume changes, retakes.
Right, right. Yeah. So you saw him in the outline of his genitalia.
I saw the outline of it, yes. And it was a lot larger than I'd expected.
But you didn't see the actual thing.
No, I didn't. But I saw the outline of it, and it was very, very clear, the size of it.
Don't you think that Gilbert might have been aroused?
Because it was very large.
Gilbert, are you very large?
But I don't know.
What a cruel mistake that would be.
Oh, God.
Thank God. He's a jokester.
Gilbert, that makes sense, though. I can believe that you're large.
Yes.
I mean, it would make sense.
That would be God's curse.
Right. Like you have this great equipment and you never get to use it.
Yeah.
It also looked, against his white underwear, it looked the hue of it through the underwear.
Yes. Really?
Yeah?
Oh.
It was it looked purplish.
Purple?
Well, it's blue from a lot of squeezing.
Yes.
I asked him about it.
Right.
I commented on it. He really played it down. I said, Gilbert, you have...
Are you a good-looking woman?
What's that?
Are you an attractive woman?
No.
You're not.
Not at all.
So you don't think Gilbert was getting aroused by you?
No way he could have been aroused by me.
Right.
No.
Right.
You know,
That would be, although you'd be surprised when he gets aroused by.
If there's another person in the room, I'm around.
there was no one else in the room. I think that's just that.
And did Gilbert have his shirt off as well?
He was completely. He had no clothes on except for his.
That's a pretty sight.
I can't believe you'd show somebody
He
that.
looked great.
He did.
And he was putting a pair of pajamas on. This was his costume.
Would you have made love to him if he'd asked?
I would. I would love. I would. Yes, but he would never.
Now she tells me.
Wow.
Yeah. Never be interested in me.
Mm.
He would never. And
How old are you?
I'm 41.
I see. And you're fat?
I'm really unattractive.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Like uglier than me.
Oh, you're beautiful, Howard.
Really? Thank you.
I'm like an acne scarred midget.
You have a picture of this woman? Well, you're kidding me. Let me see. Oh.
Gilbert, you don't find me attractive.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not attractive.
No.
She is not attractive.
People have told me that I look
Right,
like
Gilbert?
She could be.
Gilbert, you wouldn't bang her? Finally, someone Gilbert turned down.
She's hot for you, Gilbert.
Wow. Well, I see there's a picture of you nude here.
What?
That's not your body. I see you put your head on somebody's body. Is that it?
It's not my body.
Right.
It's Betty Page's body.
Yeah, what are you, an actress?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
People have told me that I look like you.
No, I'm better looking than you.
I see it a little bit.
No, you're very unattractive. You're right.
Well,
You're unattractive. Yeah.
I'm very unattractive.
All right, so you saw Gilbert's genitalia, and you wanted.
I saw the side of his testicle.
Well, he doesn't wash in all fairness.
Well, I said to Gilbert, you always talk about how you can't get women, but you have a lot to offer a girl.
Yeah, but the rest of him isn't that.
Yeah, that's
No,
the problem.
he's got a great body.
Really?
Yes, sit down there,
Yes.
Gilbert.
So take off your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a
Well, to you he does. When's the last time you got laid?
me?
Yeah. When is the last time you got some?
Honestly, 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So you're not that much of a pig.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm really,
Was the guy
really unattractive.
Well, thank God for alcohol.
Well,
Was the guy loaded out of his mind?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I like that she's sitting there, you know, slobbering over what's in your underwear, Gilbert.
Yes.
I mean, how many women do that?
Gilbert, you're
I
a sex
couldn't
symbol.
believe it. And the outline of it.
Gilbert, you would never make love to this woman, right?
No.
Would you like her number?
Gilbert,
You think she's disgusting?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Gilbert?
Yeah.
You do.
He does. I tried.
Did you come on to him?
Oh, yes. And I tried to fix him up with friends of mine to sort of have him vicariously.
Really?
Yes, I have. And,
Wow.
and every woman I tried to introduce him to, he rejected.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
very particular.
She'd fix me up with these girls who she'd say, oh, this girl really likes you, and it would be a girl that she'd describe as, well, she's not model thin.
Yeah. So your friends are pigs, too.
Yeah.
Look at Gilbert getting all
They were
particular.
attractive. They were really attractive girls.
Really?
She's not anorexic thin.
Right.
It was a description.
Well, Gilbert can be somewhat selective. He is famous.
Selective.
And
He's the parrot, for God's sake.
he's the parrot on Aladdin. I mean, who wouldn't want him?
You know,
Who wouldn't want to date a parrot? It's
But
amazing.
he has this large penis.
What are you talking
A
about?
large dog.
Can I see you in your underwear? I mean, just let me see the outline of it.
No.
Come
that's
on.
fine.
Please.
Beautiful.
Why are you embarrassed? Let me see that. Look at that. There it is. There's his package.
It's really nice.
There it is.
Gilbert, do you remember when you were
Gilbert's
putting your
blushing.
pajama bottoms on, you had to sort of tuck.
Why she's consumed with you.
That's how prodigious it is.
Wow. Gilbert, how big are you? Have you ever measured in inches?
No.
But he really.
But you have
lays it
trouble
down.
getting
That's a lie.
I said.
Isn't that weird?
I always say that. This is God's sense of humor.
Yeah. So when you were in high school and stuff, you weren't embarrassed to change in the locker room because you were well endowed, right?
Well, I was lucky that I couldn't play sports.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was never an embarrassment for you to pull your pants off in front of other men.
I think back then I didn't think about it
Right.
much.
Right.
Now I think about it.
Right. Whatever that means. Yeah, go
I
ahead,
don't
Gal.
know. It sounded good.
We also heard that, I think we heard from this woman that Gilbert likes to grab women's butts while he was on the set as well.
Well, that makes sense. I've seen him pull women's bra straps.
I saw him grab a woman.
I saw a guy beat Gilbert up and throw him in a closet for grabbing a woman.
I saw him get carried out of a club by a huge black man.
Right. And, hey, wait
That
a
was my
second.
date for the evening.
Gilbert's at some club, and there was this Playboy Playmate of the Year or something, and Gilbert started pulling a bra strap, you know, like a 2-year-old. And Gilbert's like 48 years old. And then, like, he goes... So this guy comes over like a bodyguard. He goes, the lady would like you to stop. And Gilbert's like, yeah. Hold it, Maggie. So then...
lady, don't like what you're doing there.
So Gilbert keeps pulling her brush up. The guy just takes Gilbert, picks him up, throws him in a closet, locks the closet door in front of millions of people in this club. And that was it. And Gilbert was in there all night.
Yeah. You don't care.
What does he care?
Then when I got out, I grabbed her ass again.
Right. He thinks just because he's a parrot, he can feel up broads.
That's right.
All right.
No, because I'm a smoke detector.
But doesn't it disturb you that Gilbert is entertaining our children?
It is disturbing. Because Gilbert has very odd feelings about children.
Right.
Anyway, Gilbert Gottfried is going to be performing at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. Next week he'll be at Zany's in Chicago.
Gilbert's on the road.
Must be low on cash. That'll be the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Got to take a break.
Buy some more bonds.
Absolutely. When we come back, I want to ask you about Hollywood Squares.
Okay.
You're on that way too much. And I want to thank you for calling in with that information.
Yes,
man.
that was a great phone call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Gilbert. I love you.
Do you want to announce your name on the air, Angela?
It's Angela Muto,
Muto. She's an actress.
and I'm in love with Gilbert.
And she loves Gilbert, and she's been on Up All Night, and she's also been in, she's been on Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah.
MTV.
Oh, yeah.
And Caroline. She does stand-up comedy.
And Gilbert
As
will
Jackie
date you.
Beagleman.
As Shecky Beagleman.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of credits here, so there you go.
Thank you, Howard.
She's trying very hard.
Gilbert, you could have a showbiz relationship.
Yeah, what about that, Gilbert?
What about it?
Be good for him.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Howard.
Blah, 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 blah.
Nobody should complain. If you do not like it, turn them off. Hi, this is Stuttering John. Don't forget that I do a show from 12 to 1 called Out to Lunch, where you call or email us at krockradio.com and request anything, and we play it. That's right. You want the number 1-888-310-1999, or of course from New York City at 212-246-KROC.
Jim, they need...
Hi, this is Jesus. I'm Addison Howard Stern every morning. You should too.
Thank you, Jesus. Gilbert Gottfried before me at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. That's why he's here. He wants to plug it. Next week he'll be at Zany's in Chicago on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Had a fun time with Gilbert during the commercial. I was hearing about his apartment, his bachelor pad.
Oh, yeah?
He doesn't have a microwave oven.
I guess he's a gourmet cook and doesn't go for that quick eat-up stuff.
No, I said to him, do you ever, like, order food in? And he goes, oh, yeah, all the time. I said, do you ever cook? No.
He doesn't have cable TV.
Yeah.
You don't have cable?
Yeah.
What's that about? Why not cable? Wouldn't you enjoy that? Is it really the money?
I'm surprised I have a phone.
Are you miserly?
Yeah.
Are you really? Do you not want to have cable, though? Yeah. I mean, you're so into television.
What are you planning for?
Even for your material, for your comedy act. I even said to him at Caroline's, is it the same stupid act over and over again, or do you come up with new material? He goes, how can I? I don't have any appliances.
We were trying to figure out...
Do you have an air conditioner? I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, Howard.
Yeah.
Came with the apartment.
I'm sorry. We have Gilbert's girlfriend on the phone.
Who is Gilbert's girlfriend?
She's a music rep. She didn't call in. You know, we happened to call her because for other reasons.
I didn't even know you had a girlfriend.
Really? And she'll only come on the air if Gilbert says it's okay. But she has some funny stories.
Gilbert, you have a girlfriend?
You do?
He's completely stumped.
But she'll only come on if Gilbert says it's all right.
Is it all right, Gilbert?
Oh, I don't know.
Say yes.
Come on. What's the big deal? Let's meet the woman
who's behind.
Is this a white woman? Girl, we were talking blonde down. You have a girlfriend?
It's going to be a black woman with no teeth.
How do you know her?
She's blonde. I've actually met her. She represents this band. I think you know.
Is she cute?
The Flies. What?
Really? Is she cute?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while. I've
She
seen
was cute.
But she's on the line right now. If Gilbert says it's okay.
How long you been going out with this girl? Come on, Gilbert. Come clean. How long you been going out with this girl?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
Talk to her.
You do know. Yes. Why do you act? Why do you put yourself down? I mean, you've got a girlfriend. Let's get excited about it.
Oh, okay.
How long you been with this girl?
There's nothing normal about you.
I'm going to talk to her.
It's line one. Her name is Dara.
All right, Dara, hi. How long have you been going out with Gilbert?
Listen, I don't want to say anything if he doesn't want me to be on the air.
Boy,
He does. He said yes.
Imagine women who are afraid of Gilbert. He should be begging her.
Dara, she even has a cute name.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Dara Gottfried.
He called me. I just want you to know that.
Oh, okay.
I had nothing to do with it.
Well, Gilbert, why are you so embarrassed by your personal life?
Oh, he's coming. Trying to keep up some image. What is the image?
A bad image.
Yes.
He doesn't want women to know that he can get girls.
Well,
Dara, are you a stripper?
Hell no.
No? Are you very good looking?
Gilbert.
Gilbert?
Don't ask Gilbert.
Gilbert, are you in love?
Wow.
Is he in love, Dara?
Gilbert, are you in love?
What?
Are you in love?
He can't talk. He's not good at talking about
No,
it.
because he has this persona he thinks he has to put on.
All I got to say is he's the most wonderful man in the world. He is.
Is his genitalia really that big?
I'm not talking about that.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that.
Does he give you the big O?
Oh, no.
Does Gilbert deliver the big O? When did you meet Gilbert?
We met 2 years ago.
2 years you've been going out with him.
He's been going on for 2 years.
Gilbert, you devil. I never thought you could maintain a personal relationship with somebody because
He
you...
just lied to us and told us he couldn't.
Yeah, well, he can't. Yeah, his persona. And the real Gilbert
People can't know that the parrot has a date.
Hey, honey, I hope you have a decent apartment because I know Gilbert doesn't.
He's got a nice apartment.
He has a nice apartment?
Yeah,
Does he have a microwave oven?
No.
Does he have cable TV?
Absolutely not.
Does he have a dishwasher?
Nope.
Oh, my God, Gilbert.
He has 100. How about this? He has 138 tubes of toothpaste.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you can never have them clean enough.
Does he have a computer?
Hell no.
Does he have a pet?
No, but he's good with animals.
He is.
And what's in the apartment? Is it furnished nicely?
That goes back to my sex life.
No, it's a nice apartment. It's big.
Why do you have a...
He's a slob.
Why do you have so much toothpaste in your apartment?
It's
138.
Yes.
Why does he have 138 toothpaste?
Because he buys them when they're on sale.
Is that true? Does he ever spend money on you on a date?
Do you go out?
Or you just come over and have sex with him?
I'm not saying.
If it went out, Howard, somebody would have called in by now.
Right. So you just go over there and have sex with Gilbert?
I mean, what do you talk about?
Yeah, what do you talk to Gilbert about?
He's smart.
I'm sure he's smart, but does he talk?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does Gilbert have a rap?
You must
He
be...
knows a lot. We watch movies.
You do? Do you watch Frankenstein movies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But does he do all the lines from Frankenstein?
Absolutely.
How do you watch movies, though? You don't have... Look, what do you just have?
I guess
Basic
he has
channel?
a VCR.
Do you have a VCR?
Oh, yeah.
You got that. Oh, you got that recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what does he do? He buys videotapes for you guys to watch?
No, we watch television. We watch cable at my house.
What a date.
Oh, he goes over to
Oh, he goes over to her house. Oh, so you do have cable. You go over to the girlfriend's house. You devil, you.
I save money on cable.
Wow. Do you sit there and go, wow, look at all these channels?
He knows everything.
Well, what does he do in his apartment all the time if he doesn't have cable? He doesn't have micro... Does he read?
Sometimes, not too much.
So what does he do?
I don't know. Gilbert, what do you do every day?
Oh, God.
So what is your day like, Gilbert?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Seriously, it must be sad.
Yeah.
What do you do in the apartment? Because you hardly work.
I,
Yeah, what's he working on?
Yeah. Like, what do you do? You write stuff
a
down?
hell of a lot.
No, really, what do you do?
I, wake up in the morning and
Right.
then I,
Eat?
Yeah, well, first I lie in bed for a while thinking about, well, I got to wash my face, I got to pee.
Right. You think how depressing being human is.
Yeah.
Right. That I relate to.
Yeah.
But then what do you do?
Then I have to force myself to actually get up and do it.
Right.
After thinking about it for a while.
I hear you take Tai Bo. Is that true?
Oh, yes.
You're in a class?
And I study the ancient Kabbalah.
No, but what do you do? Do you... And then when she comes over, what, you just have her there for an hour or two? Have you ever slept over?
How often do you see each other?
Gilbert.
Yeah.
How often do you see each other?
A lot.
Really?
Oh.
How often do you sleep over the whole night?
No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Way to
Does
go.
he sleep over at your place?
No.
No.
Oh, so
If
he
he's
just stops in.
So after he bangs you, he gets up and leaves.
He's an insomniac.
No, he's not an insomniac. He's sick of you
just
after
doesn't
he's
want to
finished with you. She hasn't even caught on yet.
He's got sleeping problems.
Oh, yeah. You're his problem. As soon as you leave, he goes to
He's
sleep.
gone, he sleeps.
Trust me, he has no problem. You in his bed is the problem.
No.
Joe, but you don't like to sleep next to another human being. You like to have your privacy.
Yeah.
You like to sleep in your chamber.
Yeah.
Right. He's like Dracula.
So, I mean, is this relationship progressing to something?
Do you want to marry Gilbert?
I would marry Gilbert.
You would. You're in love with him. Are you in love with Gilbert?
He's met my family, but I have not met his.
And
Believe me, you won't.
That's been a big issue.
You'll meet the Munsters before you meet his family. I've met Gilbert's family by accident.
And that was no picnic.
And Gilbert doesn't even say...
He never introduces.
Never.
Yeah. No.
He's embarrassed by his family.
Guess who's in the room?
Gilbert doesn't like where he came from.
You met that when I was half dead.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah, we were all at the funeral.
Gilbert had some girl looking after him in the hospital when we were there.
I know.
Yeah. You had some girlfriend back then, too.
Yeah.
He always has girls.
I was lying there. It's was a straight line on my life support.
So what's Gilbert's thing? Does he enjoy oral?
Oh, God. I'm not talking about
That's his
that.
thing, isn't
Good
it?
lover. She must like it because she wants to marry him.
Right. Does he
He's
do...
the sweetest man in the world.
What about anal?
Think about it.
Is Gilbert's thing anal?
I'm not talking about anything.
He's a wild man.
Gilbert, you're nuts. I had no idea you had a girlfriend. Why don't you bring her in one time?
Definitely
Oh,
cheap.
yes.
So you're not, Gilbert, you will never... He is cheap, right?
He's the cheapest man I've ever met.
Yes.
Why,
It's a sickness.
Right.
Why would you want to hook up with him?
Because he's famous?
No.
Of course.
You'll be
You
miserable.
can't tell me...
You're fighting him for money.
You can't tell me he's attractive.
Yes, he is.
And you can't tell me he has a great personality.
Yes, he is.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he sits there and entertains you. Does he ever have a deep feeling conversation?
Sometimes.
I don't believe
I can't believe that. I got to hear that.
Who did you date before Gilbert?
I don't know.
Birdman of Alcatraz.
Yeah. Charles Manson.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
There's nothing she can describe that's great about Gilbert.
No.
I know there's nothing great about him.
That's not true.
The marriage would be worse. Are you in love with this girl, Gilbert? Just answer me yes or no. Are you?
He can't. Don't ask him.
That's
Why
a
not?
deep feeling.
Why, you afraid of what his answer's going to be?
No.
Do you love her?
Does he say, I love you?
I can't. I'm not talking about
Oh,
it.
yes, I put on romantic.
Oh, I love you.
What are you going to do for Valentine's Day, Gilbert?
Does Gilbert ever bought you anything for Valentine's Day? Has he?
Plastic pearls. No.
Plastic pearls?
I'm kidding.
He never bought you anything for Valentine's Day, did he?
I don't remember what we did last.
Did he ever buy you anything for your birthday?
No.
No.
All right.
Flowers?
Did he buy you anything for your birthday?
Yes, he bought me stuff for my birthday.
He did. What did he get you, 90? Something he could enjoy?
Edible panties.
Vibrator. All right. Whatever. Bye. Gilbert will never see you again now.
Gilbert, they called me.
You broke the code.
The code of silence. All right, you sound very lovely.
All right, thank you.
Why don't you come in and visit us sometime? You don't need to bring Gilbert.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, give us the lowdown after Gilbert never calls you.
Here's some guy who saw Gilbert buying stuff with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Andy, where did you see them?
About 6 months ago in Bed Bath & Beyond on a Saturday morning.
Gilbert in Bed Bath & Beyond?
Oh, Gilbert, quite the homemaker.
Little homemaker.
He looked like a domestic man.
Really?
Yeah, like brooms and that kind of stuff. I didn't expect the whole basket.
But the girlfriend's hot, huh?
She's not bad.
Really?
She's not bad.
Oh, Gilbert, you devil.
She's better looking than Gilbert is a guy, I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, who isn't?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Well, just sure shut up Gilbert, I'll tell you that.
We couldn't get a word out of him.
Gilbert, you devil. What is it, Hillary?
Domestic life.
I live in Gilbert's building.
Yeah.
Gilbert is exactly what he appears to be. Like, you know, a little nebbishy guy who does his own laundry in these raggedy old red sweatpants. He's the funniest thing on the Stern Show, and I've always wanted to tell him that. But, I mean, he has to go down to, like, a communal laundry room where typically old ladies have to fight over the dryers because they want to put one item in at a time.
Gilbert, can't you get somebody to do your laundry? Why are you doing that? You like doing laundry?
This is like therapeutic for me.
I mean, seriously, though.
This is actually one of my activities.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a laundry pan.
Yeah.
He likes the laundry.
Laundry pants.
Yeah.
And do you talk to the old people when you do the laundry?
Do you sort and all that?
This is a guy who could buy a washer dryer and put it in his apartment.
Or have somebody do it.
Right. He won't do it. He'd rather put his dirty laundry in with other people's dirty laundry.
Who cleans the apartment, Gilbert?
Do you have a house? Do you have a cleaning woman?
No, my apartment looks like a serial killer.
But you don't have a cleaning woman or anything?
No.
Won't pay one.
Yeah.
Right. Sick. So what goes on with Hollywood Squares? Why are you doing that now all the time? Is that fun?
Oh, yeah.
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 And the other celebrities are idiots, right? Isn't that true?
Yeah. I like when it's like, when they don't quite get the hang of the show and they have to say they've said a joke.
Right, yeah. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
That's my kidding answer.
Who was the first president? Monica Lewinsky. No, that was just a joke.
Yeah, just a joke. Who do you sit next to? I've seen you a couple of times.
Once he was next to some of the Baldwins.
Right. They're funny.
Oh, yeah.
And once I think you were on the other side of Whoopi, right? On that second level?
They must be digging you because they give you a crummy square the first time you're on, and then you did good.
Well, they move you around.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do good, they move you around. Otherwise,
well, you stayed in one square.
Well, he was being the Shadow Stevens.
I was Shadow Stevens, though.
Yes.
I had to be the announcer.
Oh.
Yeah. Dumb show. They give you the answers, too. That's the weird thing that I tell people. First of all, they give you, like, funny joke answers, which are never funny.
No.
You never use their answers.
No.
Or else you're finished. And your career's over. And then they give you also, like, kind of like a suggested answer. Right?
Yeah. Which I never understood, the suggested answer, because the suggested answer is not even meant as a joke.
Right. And what about I like the ones that go, the celebrities that go like, you can trust me on. They don't even try to bluff an answer.
Oh, yeah.
They don't play the game.
Yeah.
Because they feel bad if the person doesn't get their X or O.
Yeah, they go, listen to me.
Yeah.
This is the real answer.
Yeah.
I know this.
Way to play the game. Judge Judy did that yesterday. She's on this week.
No.
And she was like, trust me on this. I know the answer. Well, gee, thanks. What if you're the other player? No bluffing going on. You bluffed, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't feel bad if people get
like
wrong.
Playing cards and going, I don't have a good hand.
Right. You're funny on the show, by the way. Very funny.
I like those people who they wind up with Gilbert being the square they need to block.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, Gilbert Cockers.
It's always like, I always get called when every other square.
Yeah, they never actually, have you ever been called on to be like the special square at the end for a prize?
I think once.
One time. I saw that once.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be the prize. And you had a good prize, actually. You had a car.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably would give Gilbert a good prize. He would be the guy to pick.
Look, because he's the guy you never would give a prize to.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And what's with Whoopi? Did she talk to you outside of the game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm not going to put down Wolf. I'll be back on USA at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. And who else was on there? The Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Oh, a bunch. I've been on a bunch of... Baldwin, Cindy Crawford.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And one time you made a joke to Cindy Crawford. She totally didn't get it. You were like, hey, this is funny. Gilbert's on Hollywood Squares, and he goes, hey, everybody, could you please tell Cindy Crawford to stop bothering me? I'm being sexually harassed over here in my square. I don't want to go out with her, right? It's funny, right? Cindy goes, oh, yeah, right. And she's like, she goes, I'm so totally not hitting on him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, just that, oh, please, nobody thinks I went with Gilbert. My husband might be listening. Boy, she's something else, huh? She's wild. Some wild stuff.
Yeah, I tell you, she's wild.
You're allowed to date other women, though, right? You're not exclusive with this Dara chick, are you?
No, I'm just wild.
Oh, I see.
Now, come on, tell us the truth. Are you in an exclusive relationship?
Are you?
No, I just hit on everything.
Right.
He says they see each other all the time.
Well, he can't get anybody else.
So he's stuck with her.
Right. Unbelievable. Wow. I learned a lot today. Want to do the news?
Sure.
All right. Gilbert Gottfried will be performing at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. His girlfriend will probably be in the audience. Next week, he'll be at Zany's in Chicago.
Does she come to the concerts?
Yeah, they're like Sonny and Cher. They put each other down. I'm dying to meet her. I got to meet this girlfriend.
You could double date. Invite Gilbert out. Bring your date.
By the pool. He could be there in his underwear so he can see his penis. On the 11th, 12th, and 13th, for fans in Chicago, Gilbert at Zany's.
Ooh.
Oh, see?
Great.
See, my career's picking up.
Yeah. Can you make a lot of money at Zany's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be...
He'll be rich.
Yes.
Robin, what's in the news? Gilbert says he'll sit here for the news.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that an honor? He's all shook up from the girlfriend.
I know. Maybe he'll be quiet today.
Right. What?
You threw a monkey wrench in.
Yeah, that wasn't expected. He always paint himself to be a loser.
And then he doesn't have any women, and he just sits at home alone in his apartment.
Well, that's true.
It's probably really cute.
I can't believe he bangs her and then she leaves.
Or he goes over there. It's for her cable.
Right. Because that's like after he bangs her, he can rest up and watch the cable and then bang her again.
Get out.
She must be good if he's there that long for 2 years. Must do a lot of stuff to you. I bet you Gilbert's so sensitive, too. And you're like, I finally met a girl I can be with.
You think?
Yeah, light candles.
Yeah. I planned something special for us tonight.
No, I bet you he's one of those guys who's like Patrick Swayze in Ghost. He can't say, I love you. He says, ditto.
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 He's like Patrick Swayze in Ghost. He lights candles and burns her with the candles.
Pours wax on her.
Yeah. They should do a remake of Ghost with Gilbert, and the girl doesn't want to see Gilbert when he dies.
She's glad he's dead.
Yeah, she's glad he's dead, and he's gone, and that's it.
Gilbert gets to watch her dating other guys.
Hey, tonight on the E! Show, Robin, the NAPI convention continues with Yasmin Bleeth, Cindy Margolis, the world's most downloaded woman. Lots of different wacky exhibitors. I think we're showing the Richard Simmons thing and much, much more tonight on the Mighty E! Show. Also, Saturday's show, Jackie gets a massage from one of the listeners, a 19-year-old girl. Very exciting. Very exciting. Very erotic.
Exciting.
Very beautiful.
I'm getting turned on.
Yeah.
Hey, you're married.
Yes.
So, Gilbert, I have a tip for you.
Yeah.
Living together before marriage could lead to divorce court.
Well, by the way, he is not living with her. That's obvious.
Go down the aisle. Just in case he was thinking of just sort of cohabiting before marriage.
Dara Gottfried.
This, according to a new study conducted by Rutgers University's National Marriage Project. The project is a nonpartisan thing funded by the mainly conservative Traditional Family Foundation.
Dara, one day we'll be married.
The co-director suspects that living together erodes people's ability to commit and their faith in the institution of marriage.
Oh, good. I mean, why does everybody need to get married anyway? What is the point? Who are you getting married for?
Gilbert believes in the institution.
Oh. What are the odds of divorce if the guy's a total wacko? Why don't you put a microwave in his apartment? You don't have a dishwasher? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't eat that much.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
I can understand the dishwasher, but if he...
Why?
He orders out all the time and he eats right out of the little tray.
To reheat stuff that you've ordered out, you have to have a microwave.
Yeah, like what if you have leftovers?
Oh, yeah.
Put it in a frying pan?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty bad.
I can't picture Gilbert.
I wish he'd be real and tell me what goes on in there.
You got to get a camera now.
What if we follow you around in your apartment?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Come on, just one day.
One day in the life of Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh,
you have to be
amazing.
for real.
that's a film.
Oh.
Another survey author disagrees and says the divorce rate has stabilized since 1980, while the cohabitation rate has shot up. So maybe just people are not getting married but staying together forever.
Whatever.
Who knows? But just a word to the wise, living together does not ensure a good marriage.
Now, someone told me that they were at a concert in Washington, rock concert, and there was a Howard Stern lookalike there, who was like, every minute they would look at it, it was like he would be behind an amplifier getting...
oral sex?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was no lookalike. That was me.
Yeah.
So why don't you come clean it?
I know.
You tell the truth and I'll tell the truth.
All right, that was me.
Yeah.
I was over in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Receiving oral sex on stage. See, my wife would never catch on to that.
Exactly.
I don't hide it.
I believe that.
That's right. I'd like to switch places with that Howard Stern impersonator.
I know.
He's having a better time than I am.
That's right, your impersonators are doing better.
Oh, it makes me crazy. I know an Elvis impersonator gets laid every hour.
And people already know he's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
But Gilbert, we've drained the funniness out of Gilbert today.
Gilbert's not even funny.
She cut off Samson's hair.
Hello, Gilbert. This is Dara. 2-year relationship.
Get Bath and Beyond?
Gilbert has a domestic side you don't know about. Oh, great.
He's very sweet.
Right. Thank you so much for making love to me again, Dara.
There's a sentence you never thought you'd hear. Gilbert, meet me at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing at Bed Bath &
What
Beyond?
are you buying?
Just walking around.
Right.
Yeah. Section.
Looking around.
Have one of, you know they have those gigantic carts. The carts are bigger than Gilbert.
Right. Would you want to get some, like, bath mats and some pretty things?
Lining his shelves.
Yeah, but really, what is wrong with living nicely, though? Why not have some conveniences, some modern conveniences? You work hard. Why not enjoy it?
Clean that place.
Yeah.
You got me.
Gilbert's the kind of guy who should live in a hotel.
Right.
He won't.
Too much money. Let me take a break, and we'll try and figure out Gilbert some more.
Yeah.
After the break, we'll do the rest of the news for you. Gilbert Gottfried, go see him at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. He's very funny. Next week, he'll be at Zany's in Chicago on the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
You know, the one thing I meant to say in that whole marriage conversation, you have been very anti-marriage lately.
No, not lately. I say this. I'm with Dr. Laura on this. You should wait to get married. In Gilbert's case, he should never get married.
Wait forever.
He should never get married.
Well,
depends on the person. I have a happy marriage, and I have a wonderful marriage, but the thing is...
I have never heard anyone who's in a happy marriage be so negative about marriage.
Because I'm worried about the rest of you. I don't think you have the maturity to handle what I do.
You're the only person
That's it.
who should have ever done it.
That's right.
Because who are you getting married for?
No, I'm just wondering. I'm curious. Like, look at Fred. He got married. Hasn't stopped complaining since he got married. And the guy had it made. Jackie the Joke Man, same thing.
I'm still waiting for Fred's comment.
Are you expecting to dispute that?
How's that going anyway? You guys getting along better?
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you glad you got married?
Do I have to answer that question? Like Gilbert.
I don't understand this. Everybody's doing it.
Try it, Robin, then you'll understand.
We'll be back right after these words.
Washed-up talk show host and old fart, Steve Allen, on Howard Stern.
There's certainly no talent there. And I don't think that if Howard heard that I said that, he'd be in the least offended. I don't believe he would ever describe himself as talented.
That's a good one.
He just figured out a way, and he could never work as a stand-up comedian or an actor or anything.
Oh, that's good.
But he just found his own little niche and discovered that there is now quite a depraved, mostly youthful audience, which does not bode well for the future of our society, by the way.
Hallelujah!
Who actually would prefer that to the McNeil Air reports, and it gets back to that Hamlet and mud wrestling contrast again. I wish Howard good health, but he's not good for the American mind.
Well, I suppose he's a smart businessman in his way because he's found his niche, as you say.
Yeah, I'm afraid there's an audience, there's a market for that. There's also a market for cocaine and heroin and tobacco and a lot of things that kill.
Thanks, Steve. from your friends at the Howard Stern Show. You're listening to a man who is able to take a joke as long as it's not about him. From Harlem to Hong Kong and across the China Sea, they fear the name, the fame, and the fury of Howard Stern.
This is the Howard Stern Show.
Oh, very beautiful. Oh. Hey, Gilbert was telling me during the commercial that he's going to be on a segment of Pamela Anderson's new show, VIP.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yes. He's very excited about it. He feels it's going to be his big break.
Yeah.
And what do you play on that?
No, it's just they do those real quick things in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Where it's somebody, she saves someone, ha ha ha, and then on with the show.
So you are saved.
Yeah.
And who do you play? Do you play Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are? You're playing yourself?
Everyone just sort of plays themselves.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, did you feel her up?
I wish.
You like
Are
her?
they bringing Gilbert out for sweeps?
Yeah. Gilbert's being he's his secret weapon. You know what? My favorite of all of Gilbert's roles. Now, he's played a parrot, he's played a fire alarm, and he's played himself on VIP, but best was when he was on Superboy, he played Knick Knack.
Oh, yes.
That was good. Do you ever think about that?
Yes. Knick Knack on Superboy, and then I was Mixius Picklick in the Superman cartoon.
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Mixius Picklick? Because I never knew how to say that.
Everybody says
I used to say Mr. Mixtaplick.
Mixtaplick.
Yeah. It's Mixius Plixic?
Now I can't say it.
Right. Say it again.
I think the way they pronounced it, at least on that cartoon, was Mixius Picklick.
Really?
Yeah.
Mixius Picklick.
You played the little imp from the fourth dimension that Superman has to get to say his name backwards.
Yeah.
And then once he gets you to say your name backwards, you can't return to Earth for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. I read way too many comic books.
We bought that, too.
Yeah. Mr. Mixaplixix. Yeah. Meanwhile, Mr. Mixaplixix has better powers than Superman. He should be able to kick his ass.
He's brilliant, but he's tricked every time.
Yeah, tricked every time. Yeah. They hold a mirror up to his name, and he's like, oh, Exicablickablick.
Oh, I did
So how long did you stay with Pamela Anderson? You did scenes with her, right?
Yeah, it was just a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And
she
you liked
saves
that?
me in a helicopter.
Right. And what's she wearing in the scene?
She was wearing, like...
Bikini?
A pair of, like spandex...
Pants, yeah.
Yeah, hot pants. And a spandex halter top.
Well, she's saving you.
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't have time to dress when she saved you.
No, of course not.
No. Did you keep screwing up on purpose? So she
Oh, yeah.
And did she hold you when she rescued you?
There was one part, where she's like, I have to... Oh, she falls out of the helicopter.
Right.
I have to bring her back in. Then we're holding each other.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Nice. Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. And then next week, Hollywood Squares again.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Who are you sitting next to on that one?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
I don't remember, no.
Right.
Pam to Whoopi.
What are you saying, Jackie?
Are you attracted to Whoopi? He's afraid to say stuff about Whoopi because he loves...
Yeah. He loves... I bet you that show is a good paycheck for him.
And who's that guy, Bruce Valanche?
He's a writer.
On the Hollywood Squares?
Yeah.
Because is he gay or something?
I think every show needs one.
Is he supposed to be gay?
One of the Hollywood
Because he's the guy they go to for gay jokes.
And they're all gay jokes.
Yeah.
But nobody even knows who
Is he supposed to be gay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he is. He's an open homosexual?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
I think so.
You don't know?
Certainly he talks about it enough. I wouldn't know firsthand.
Oh my!
I liked when Jim J. Bullock came out.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim J. Bullock.
And what's that guy on Broadway? Nathan Lane just came out. I was like, what the hell is that all about? I thought he was a man's man.
They made that like a big Entertainment Tonight story.
Right. Even, it's absurd.
Oh, and K.D. Lang when she came out, another one.
Yeah. Dresses like a man.
Yeah.
Looks more like a man than Gilbert does.
She looked like she was in drag when she dressed as a girl.
Right. Absurd. Well, anyway, Gilbert will be on Hollywood Squares. He'll be sitting next to, I don't know, K.D. Lang.
They move him around.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
They move him around.
Whoopi Goldberg looks like Mr. McSixaplex.
Oh, dear. Just a week ago, you were saying you should be nicer to Whoopi.
Yeah, she's a nice woman. I saw her in a hotel. She asked me to be on Hollywood Squares. I said yes, and then I turned to Rob and I said, I don't know what I just agreed to, but I'm not doing it.
You said yes 3 times, and I said, what are you saying yes to?
Yeah.
And then you asked.
Yeah, Robin doesn't understand show business. You say yes to stuff and then you just never do it. I tried to get Whoopi to say her name backwards so she'd go away. Go back to the fourth dimension.
Well, another good thing is, like, give me your card or give me your number.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's like, I'll have to get back to you.
You don't even have a card.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you?
Right. Anyway, Robin, you were saying.
Yeah, you talk like beauty. You really like my views.
Wow. I don't even remember that.
I have no idea where that's from.
Now, they asked me to do that.
Right. You're good.
Oh, like you didn't want to.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that I didn't want to do it.
Right.
But the day they asked me to do it was the day after Ringo was on the show.
Oh.
I'm sure they asked him first.
You got Ringo's stuff.
Yeah.
You were the only one stupid enough to do it.
They already had it typed out, so
Right.
I figured, why waste it?
Gilbert Gottfried's here, and he'll be in Chicago at Zany's next week. Actually, on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. All right, Robin, what else is
Did you see
there?
we made the newspaper today? We prompted this whole big story on Mary Jo Buttafuoco possibly forgiving Amy Fisher.
Yeah, well, they gave me credit about 5 paragraphs down.
Right, it's not right at the top, but they do say the revelation about a meeting that happened in July was made yesterday on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah. Mary Jo met with Amy Fisher's mom.
Yeah.
And actually, I guess they were forgiving
Well,
each
they
other.
hugged each other.
Right.
They don't know that Mary Jo is necessarily ready to forgive Amy, but they think that if she forgives Amy, it could go a long way to getting Amy out of jail earlier.
Gary, on tomorrow's show, give me Mary Jo Buttafuoco on the phone. I need to talk some sense into her. She must have seen one of those movies of the week, and she's getting all wacky.
Well, you know, they're all doing it again, because last night I was watching A&E, and they did the whole story again about
please.
Joey. And
Somebody shoots you in the head, you don't give them forgiveness. Keep them rotting in jail. Right, Gilbert?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gilbert putting his foot down.
Yeah, damn it.
What happened to Dracula Gottfried?
A 31-year-old dishwasher has been arrested and accused of molesting an 8-year-old boy he lured into a Fairview apartment building by producing a phony police badge and claiming to be Officer H.
I'll have to try that.
Gilbert, you've molested 8-year-olds, haven't you?
Yeah. You use
Sure,
your
why
Officer
not?
H ruse? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Didn't you, in fact, come on to Dennis Miller's son when he was 2 years old?
Oh, yes.
Trying to get your hand in his diaper?
The suspect is named Alberto Gomez. He was
Guilty.
arrested on Thursday
Yes.
and charged with kidnapping, luring, sexual assault, and stalking in connection with the incident, which occurred at 3:30 on Tuesday.
By the way, JFK says Happy Valentine's Day to Lee Harvey Oswald, since Mary Jo's forgiving Amy Fisher.
Mr. Gomez was seen following the boy
Come into the bathroom.
the day after.
Did you molest that little boy? Now, if the boy gets a lawyer, what
did
would a lawyer
read
do?
the news?
All right, Gilbert, quiet down.
Mr. Gomez works in the cafeteria of the IBM headquarters in Somers, New York. He is now being held in the Bergen County Jail on $750,000 bail.
Yeah, Gilbert, shut up or I'll put Dara back on the phone.
Do you have enough money for bail? Does your sister help you out? What's her name?
Oh, no. A Journal News columnist who championed the ideas of teenagers has pleaded guilty to attempted sodomy with a 16-year-old boy.
I had a dream about that.
Richard Gutwillig admitted to the charge last night in a Nyack Village court. His column also championed the goals of many nonprofit agencies in Rockland. He also wrote a monthly teen talk forum where high school students spoke about issues in a roundtable discussion group.
Yes.
Yes.
So he wrote about teenagers and loved them as well. He's a 62-year-old man. He was arrested on a felony sodomy charge 5 months ago. He was allowed to plead to the misdemeanor attempted sodomy. He's to be sentenced on April 8th to 5 years probation and 100 hours of community service. What kind of community service do they give this guy?
Yeah, you want a guy who's committed sodomy.
Oh, go over there in that nursing home and work with old people.
Right. Hey, you want to talk to a guy who says he assaulted Gilbert in a comedy club because Gilbert was making fun of his mother-in-law? Were you assaulted in a comedy club, Gilbert?
Not that I remember.
Gilbert made fun of his mother?
Tommy.
Yeah.
What happened?
about 2.5 years ago, I was in this club called Chuckles.
Yeah.
And it's no longer there, as far as I know. And anyway, to make a long story short, my mother-in-law at that time was my future mother-in-law. She just got over getting the chemotherapy, and her hair wasn't coming out right because she had it dyed.
Yes.
No.
And
Gilbert goofed on her?
Yeah, he was saying that she looked like Bozo the Clown and stuff because her hair was crazy and stuff.
Very compassionate.
Take your sick mother to see Gilbert.
You know, anybody who's sick should not go see Gilbert. Well, Gilbert, do you want to apologize to this gentleman? Do you remember anything about this?
I mean, look at him, man. I mean,
you don't even remember. You've never been assaulted in a comedy.
Come on, man.
Right. You think he's making this up?
Yeah.
You don't remember this at all?
Yeah, this one I don't remember.
All right.
Well, he didn't remember other things before.
No, that's true.
I mean, come on, man. Look, I don't expect him to remember me because I know
Thank
he
you,
doesn't
Tommy.
want
Okay. All right. Yes, go ahead, Robert.
This comes under the filing of Yes, Men Are Horny.
Tell me about it.
Supervisor of Indiana's child support program. His name is David Scott. He only made about $26,000 a year.
Yeah.
But I guess he had a hankering for some women. So he figured out a scheme so that he could get $685,000 over an 8-year period by creating phony child support cases to finance his sexual relationships with 4 women. He's a married father of 2. And he's been charged with taking this money so that he could buy presents for his girlfriends. One, an exotic dancer, used some of the money to buy breast implants.
Right.
And a couple of others got some furniture and some jewels, I guess. But the guy was creating phony support payments so that he could have his girlfriends.
Giving Gilbert ideas.
Yeah.
Family's very proud of him now.
And I still have ideas about dressing up as a policeman.
And being Officer 8?
Yes. Officer Gomez.
What else is in the news,
Of course, the president is being impeached. The trial continues. Yesterday, they deposed Vernon Jordan, presidential friend. They say he was a little bit hostile at times, but they did get him to change his testimony in a couple of areas.
Right.
That's why.
Once he said that he didn't remember a breakfast meeting with Monica Lewinsky where she told him about some gifts or that Linda Tripp had seen some letters she might have been composing to the president. And he now admits to remembering that meeting, but he doesn't remember any notes or giving her any advice. And he also does admit that it's a little bit strange that he should be looking so hard for a job for this young lady.
That's right.
But he still says that, it had nothing to do with her testimony.
No.
So he was in there for 3 hours, and right now they say they have begun the questioning of the third witness, Sidney Blumenthal.
Right.
Monica Lewinsky, meanwhile, they are now debating as to whether to show the videotape.
Would you have sex with Monica Lewinsky?
Testimony.
That's a tough one.
Right, I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Too chubby, right?
Yeah, too fat.
Too fat.
Yeah.
Even though she comes with a good recommendation.
I'd let her give me oral, though.
Yeah.
Why not? I'd let anybody do that.
Yeah. Guy.
Yeah, right. Close your eyes. That's different.
Here's Representative Henry Hyde, the chief prosecutor in the Senate trial. He's asked if he still wants to call the 3 witnesses being deposed to testify on the Senate floor. Number 1.
Just 'cause I love my niggas. I shed blood.
Right, that is not the right
That is
take.
not Henry Hyde.
Jordan Jordan.
All right, here we go.
As of now, I think it depends on tomorrow as well. But as of now, I'd like to have the...
Would you let Henry Hyde give you oral sex?
Oh, sure.
You would.
Witnesses present.
All right.
He's very feminine, isn't he? He says it was never the goal of this week's witnesses' depositions to produce any new or startling developments in the case.
We never felt we needed any bombshells to have a compelling case. What we need is to validate the record that already exists under oath about obstruction and about perjury, and that is being accomplished.
Now, polls show that most people would prefer that this trial come to an end and that they don't want to see a tape of Monica Lewinsky. But Senator Orrin Hatch, a Republican from Utah, says that he knows what the polls are saying, but he believes that the public is not well informed.
Who says that?
Orrin Hatch.
What number?
Number 25.
Oh, Jesus.
Since the vast majority of them have not seen these matters, and none of them have seen Monica Lewinsky testify, I'm not sure that you can rely on political polls of 1,000 people and 260 million people. Give me a break.
I wonder where Gilbert stands on all this. You'll never know.
I bet he doesn't even care.
I know.
Hatch has viewed the Monica Lewinsky videotape testimony, and he says she appeared to be young, vulnerable, and credible. Here is Senator Olympia Snowe, who is also a Republican. She says that Monica appeared well-rehearsed.
She was very credible and came off as, a young woman who was mature and obviously had given, this kind of testimony before.
That's right. I'd much rather see a video of Gilbert's apartment than see a video of Monica Lewinsky. Right?
Much more.
Of course. Anything else, Robin?
Yes. The Democrats are saying that they don't need witnesses and that the House managers are doing anything they can to prolong the impeachment trial with their demands for videotape depositions to be played before the Senate. Here's Senator Barbara Boxer.
What number?
Number 7.
7.
I don't think it's the end of the world to show these videotapes, but I'm just saying, why? Why do we need to do this, elongate this trial? I think it's time to vote up or down.
You really think Gilbert's that big? In his genitals?
And dark.
And dark?
He could be.
He could be. His girlfriend wouldn't tell us.
You never know.
Right. I think Gilbert would go home and yell at his girlfriend now and be like, this is my livelihood. I built up this persona of a loser.
I think he's not a yeller. I think he would just go home and never call her.
Right. Never confront her.
Change his phone number so she can't.
Although the imitation has kind of a Brando on it.
Are you gonna speak to your girlfriend ever again?
I'm sorry, Gilbert doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah.
Hello, Gilbert. Oh, nobody's here by that name.
Move. No forwarding this.
Go ahead, Rob.
Well, the president is continue to have his name bandied about in a very disparaging way. In Washington, he continues to be a big moneymaker for the Democratic Party. So he was here in New York last night at a fundraising dinner at Le Cirque and made $1 million.
Wow.
So he still brings in the bucks. They think he's become so popular with people who donate because of his problems on Capitol Hill. Meanwhile, they say that Al Gore probably has no competition for the Democratic nomination for president next time around. He had a private conversation with Richard Gephardt the other day in which Gephardt told him that he would not run against him.
What about Bill Bradley?
Well, nobody thinks Bill Bradley has a chance, obviously.
All right. I do.
Well, tell somebody else in the news. They're saying that this looks very good for Al Gore.
I don't believe it.
A judge has refused to transfer the lawsuits against Bridgeport priests accused of molesting more than 24 children to another jurisdiction. Lawyers for the Roman Catholic Diocese of Bridgeport had argued fair trials are impossible in Bridgeport because 40% of the prospective jurors would be practicing Catholics. The lawsuits allege sexual assaults date back to the late 1960s when the 27 plaintiffs were either altar boys or members of youth organizations. 16 cases involve the Reverend Raymond Polka. 4 cases involve the Reverend Charles Carr. 5 involve the late Reverend Joseph Gorecki. And 2 involve the Reverend Martin Federici. The suits all claim that diocesan officials knew the priests were molesting children and covered up the abuses by transferring the priests to different parishes.
Jackie laughs at the news.
I know, the rest of the show's not that funny.
Talking about molestation and terrible things.
The rest of the news is not that funny.
Go ahead, Robin. Maybe Jackie can contain himself.
Should a guy have parental leave from his job?
No.
No?
No.
No.
That's
That's
woman's...
not what the federal jury said. They have awarded $375,000 to a Maryland State Police paramedic who claimed he was denied parental leave because he's a man.
If he's pregnant, he should have leave.
The panel found that Kevin Nussman was illegally denied 12 weeks of leave guaranteed by the 1993 Family Leave Act.
That's a man, baby!
He said he was his newborn daughter's primary caregiver because his wife was near death from childbirth complications. But he says he was told only mothers were considered primary caregivers.
I don't believe it.
So it's going to cost somebody a lot of money.
All right. That's
Give
great.
those guys that parental leave.
It's a cruel world.
Yeah.
We've had...
Some things they just,
You know, since Gilbert got a girlfriend, he's become very serious.
I know. It's all serious.
I really care about these things.
I remember when you were funny.
Yeah.
And the law.
I don't remember that far back.
I liked you better when you weren't getting laid.
It's the hospital.
Right.
Who's going to receive a Grammy?
Not Gilbert.
No.
And who will go empty-handed?
Fred Norris?
The Grammys are coming up. Everybody's getting ready.
Maybe Gilbert will go back out there and say something offensive. Weren't you in the Grammys and got thrown off?
No, the Emmys.
Oh, the Emmys. Yeah.
That's where I did the Pee Wee Herman thing.
Right. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
It's funny, though.
And now it's like, I remember, they like apologized. The Emmy board made a public apology to the American public and then said, they'd never have me back on again.
Right. And they never did.
Yeah.
They were good. They were true to their word. What else is in the news?
There was just the settling of some kind of a suit against all those people who have been attacking abortion clinics. And a jury's verdict against the website created to target abortion doctors was a clear victory. They are supposed to pay $107 million in damages to the people affected. But who's ever going to see that money?
Right.
But the jury awarded $107 million in damages over an anti-abortion website. Here is Gloria Feld, the president of Planned Parenthood.
This was a moral victory. I think it will be an emotional turning point, an affirmation for those physicians who are on the front lines every day ensuring that a woman has access to safe legal abortion.
The founder of the website, Neil Horsley, was not surprised by the jury verdict. Here's what he had to say.
I'm not surprised. At this point, it would be surprising that the government of the United States of America would actually allow people to speak the truth about legalized abortion.
Oh, come on.
So he feels that's all he's doing, speaking the truth.
These guys learn nothing.
I don't know where they're going to get $107 million, but that was the award.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, some bad news about Walter Payton, a football legend. Dr. Joseph Lagatuda announces that the NFL Hall of Famer has a rare liver disorder.
Walter has a rare liver disease, and it's called primary sclerosing cholangitis, or it's known as PSC. The cause of the disease is unknown, but what we do know, and this is very, very important for everybody, this disease is not related to alcohol ingestion, has nothing to do with viral hepatitis, such as hepatitis A, B, or C, has nothing to do with immune deficiency disease, has nothing to do with anabolic steroid use, and also has nothing to do with vitamin usage.
Then how do you get it? Walter Payton says that he called the news conference to clear the air about rumors surrounding his drastic weight loss.
There are a couple of guys in the media who wanted to poke fun at it, and since they have the airwaves, there's no way you can combat that unless you just come out and tell what's happening.
Who even knew about this?
But as far as things are concerned, I have a liver problem.
I don't even know anything about it.
Who's poking fun?
I don't know. Gilbert probably. He has the media.
Yes.
Paralyzed gymnast Sam Lang.
Didn't you make love to her?
Sam Lang, that's what her name is.
She doesn't move around that much.
Right.
Stop it.
But she can't get away from you.
Yeah.
She has been deemed fit to return to China and will make the trip in June, nearly a year after breaking her neck in the Goodwill game.
In luggage.
Oh, stop it. She, of course, will be returning in a wheelchair, Gilbert.
Can you get well eating rice?
He's so funny. She says she has stabilized sufficiently for doctors to approve the trip. She has been under pressure from the Chinese Gymnastic Association to return to China, where she is a national hero. She will return to the United States periodically, however, for treatment.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Thankland, going home.
Right. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Gilbert, I guess, will still be here.
Still be laughing.
Still won't go away. Gilbert Godfrey will perform at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. Next week he'll be at Zany's in Chicago on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. They tell me he's very funny. Will you bring your new girlfriend?
Oh, yes.
You will.
Yes.
All right, so you can see her, too. They have like a Sonny and Cher routine they do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back right after.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. You are listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Two-time Olympic decathlete and Nobel Prize winner for molecular biology.
Howard Stern. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Oh, enough with the Howard Stern. All right, Gilbert Godfrey here. He'll be at Caroline's in New York on February 4th. Then he moves to Chicago on the 11th, 12th, and 13th at Zany's. All of Chicago waiting for him. They can't wait. Robin, anything left in the news that we haven't covered?
Yes.
Okay.
Going back to the president for a moment. First, brother Roger Clinton says the president and Mrs. Clinton are back on track.
Oh, really?
Although they still have a lot of work in their marriage because of the Lewinsky scandal. That's what he says.
A lot of work. That's what it should be, work.
But, I mean, if you do mess up that bad, don't you think it's work to get back?
I think it's time to split up if you're them. I really do. I mean, at what point do you...
Does every infidelity require a breakup?
No, it does not. Ladies.
As long as no one else knows about it,
right.
It's okay.
But this kind of public humiliation.
Right.
The younger Clinton tells ABC the president is concerned as ever with the nation's business.
Mm-hmm.
So,
monkey business.
That keeps him out of the house.
Right.
Michael Nesmith. Do you remember that name?
The Monkees.
That's right, a former member of the Monkees.
A monkey who left because his mother left him a fortune because...
I know this one.
Because he was what?
Liquid paper.
Liquid paper, the heir to liquid paper.
That's right, and he's getting more money from PBS. They're going to have to pay him nearly $47 million.
For what?
Because he won an award.
For what?
A jury award. A federal jury in Los Angeles has ruled that PBS went behind Nesmith's back to steal away the video rights to Sesame Street and a documentary called The Civil War while promising to keep his faltering firm afloat.
Wow. Man,
This guy just falls into it.
Wow.
Lucky.
And where does PBS get that money? That's the government money that we spend.
They have been involved in profit-making schemes.
Oh, my God. $47 million.
Yeah. They say they will appeal.
Michael Nesmith. Does that guy got luck or what?
And he's not going to give any of it to Peter Tork.
Poor Peter.
I worry that Mickey Dolenz is on food stamps while Michael Nesmith is getting $47 million. I'm sure Mickey's fine, though.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Circus boy.
Right, circus.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The Dutch may throw out a 1912 ban on brothels. The legislation sailed through the lower house of Parliament today. It needs approval by the upper house. Government officials say they could better control crime and exploitation of women if sex clubs were legitimate businesses.
Yes.
Prostitution itself is legal in the Netherlands, but running bordellos remains against the law. Still, they have been long allowed to operate in certain districts if they follow strict rules on health and fire safety.
Michael Nesmith.
The owner of one of the city's largest brothels says lifting the ban would mean higher quality establishments. He says if you don't have to worry about the law, you can invest in the future.
Yes.
He's going to build up his bordello now.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
In Green Bay, Wisconsin this morning, they are mourning the passing of another celebrity groundhog. Chuck the Groundhog died of old age on Monday night.
Lucky him.
He killed
That's
himself.
The day before his big day.
Punxsutawney Phil.
The people who cared for him say it made for a sad Groundhog Day. The rodent arrived at a wildlife sanctuary in 1989 after being hit by a car in the Milwaukee area. The curator says the accident left Chuck with impaired eyesight and some brain damage.
Me too.
Made him a very mellow groundhog. This made Chuck not aggressive at all and perfect for visiting with children and stimulating their interest in wildlife.
The groundhog's not the only thing that just passed. You know what else passed?
What?
My guest.
Oh.
In his chair seat right now.
Meanwhile, yesterday I told you that Canada's legendary groundhog is also dead, but he left a controversy behind. The handlers of Wyerton Willie announced yesterday that he died Sunday night in an Ontario borough. Children in the Groundhog Day crowd cried as they put Willie's remains with paws crossed on public display.
He had more fans than Jackie.
They made the groundhog and the kids were crying.
Wow.
The picture of the dead groundhog made the front pages of Canadian papers and even CNN. But there were skeptics. The mayor of Wyerton claims the groundhog in the picture is a stuffed replica.
What's it all mean?
These handlers are denying it. Regardless, fans have flooded his website with condolences. The site had 300,000 hits before 10 a.m. yesterday.
He's thinking of giving up show business. What's it all mean?
That's what was happening yesterday. But you know what today is, Howard?
Today is what? The last day Gilbert will ever be on the show?
That's right. I think he's going to
Gilbert to talk to his girlfriend.
Right.
Today is the anniversary of the day the music died. 40 years ago today.
I wish you guys were in that plane.
A plane carrying Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
Little things you say and do make me want to, Woo!
That's right.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
We're gonna crash.
It was a bad day for those guys, but for Bobby V, it was the start of his career.
Chantilly lace and a pretty smile. Holy mackerel.
Oh, that hurt.
Here is Bobby V from a
Lordy.
1991 interview recalling how his career started as a result of the crash.
Yeah, once all those guys died, there was room for me. Yeah, see?
It was certainly an odd night and an odd story to carry around with me. Our band called the radio station that was promoting the show when they decided that they wanted to go on with the show. It's such a strange story to be talking about in the 90s.
It's real strange to get to it.
The show had been canceled in the 90s. But I think everybody was in shock. And
Bobby V's career got started. I never heard of him.
Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, died in a plane crash. The remainder of the show arrived.
Baby.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
The Big Bopper.
So they asked for some local talent to help fill in. We called the station and said we would do what we could do.
That's great.
They said, come on down, and there was no audition or anything.
Who cares?
Stand over there.
Right, enough of this gay. So good.
I remember.
A lame story 20 minutes later.
That was an interesting story.
It was incredible. Those guys went down, we went over to a station, and we went on the air.
We heard they were dead and they needed talent, so we called.
So we filled in because we're heartless.
Dion. Here's Dion from a 1987 interview. He didn't get on the plane because he didn't want to spend the money.
Oh, Lordy. Holy Lordy.
Oh, no.
We're
gonna crash.
With Buddy Holly and Big Bopper and Richie
Big Bopper? You know that would have been the last hit he had anyway. Chantilly lace and a pretty smile. Woo!
We went out there and it was rough.
That's what I like.
The kind of buses they have today. We almost had like an old school bus.
Good. Yeah, it was a horror scene.
It was breaking down.
Yeah, you had to go get banged chicks in an old school bus. That's the worst.
Tough those days.
Very hard.
You know, by the grace of God.
So once you go into construction or something.
On that plane, I didn't want to spend.
Dion sounds like he was on that plane. I thought he was.
$25 to get on that plane. He didn't want to pay.
That's why Gilbert never died in the plane.
Safe as hell.
Gilbert can't die anyway. He won't spend any money.
Walking to Chicago.
Yeah.
Here's Don McLean on the...
Yes.
Well, how he was inspired to write American Pie after that crash.
Oh, is that what American Pie is about?
Yes.
I always thought it was about something.
I had always wanted to do,
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Threw my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was... How's that about a plane crash?
And good old boys with Ingrid and Rye singing "This Will Be the Day That I Die."
Yeah. Oh, please.
The day that I die.
Makes no sense.
Oh, it's very poetic.
a long sort of one of these
fantasies, biblical fantasy almost about
get to the point.
America.
Yeah. And the point is?
Yes.
Yeah. I like these guys. They're all self-important. I'm Lou Reed.
It's certain.
When I wrote Heroin,
imagery lent itself to this whole story, you know.
Yeah, we got a break for lunch
and
soon.
And then once I started,
the song was longer than the plane crash.
You know, everybody. The only part that really was indicative of anything was the first part, which was really about Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
So I dedicated the album to Buddy Holly.
Who cares? I'm getting rid of this.
Well, you know, they don't get interviewed that much anymore. They got to drag out a story.
Right.
3 people with interesting stories.
Sorry you brought it up.
Oh, Jerry Falwell. You know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was about a month ago. He was at some Christian conference.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he told them that the Antichrist was probably here, and he was probably a Jewish man.
Yeah, it's probably Gilbert.
And today he is apologizing to all of his Jewish friends.
Yeah, he didn't mean it. Why does he guys apologize? What did he say?
What does he mean he didn't mean it?
First of all, he knows with all those rowdies he's got following him, they're all going to be up in arms about the Jews now. That there Antichrist.
How can he say he didn't mean it?
Why does he say he meant it?
I apologize to my Jewish friends here and around the world, and I apologize to Christians here for having created a kind of rift.
Oh, hell, I meant it. I hate those little mockies.
We know you're not the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the Antichrist have a microwave?
Yeah.
I hate them mockies.
On January 14th,
them little hook-nosed mockies.
Falwell told us...
I don't want any of them cheap hook-nosed mockies. They killed Christ. You all know they did. Those cheap money-grabbing hook-nosed mockies. They just killed Christ because they're evil.
Right.
They got horns on their heads and their big hook noses.
Anyway, he told the conference on evangelism that he believes the second coming probably will occur within 10 years. As for the Antichrist...
Well, I won't be coming with no mocky.
If he's
Jesus knows better than to come back with all these hook-nosed little mocky bastards.
I'm too old to have a second coming.
Oh, dear. If he's going to be the counterfeit of Christ, he has to be Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they know about counterfeiting. Just print up dollar bills, them little mocky bastards.
The only thing
big
we
hook
know
noses
is he must be
and
a male.
their bags of money.
And Jewish.
That's all they care about, their bags of money and their big hook noses. They just shove their money up those big hook noses and mocky.
So you think, Reverend Falwell, you think that the Antichrist is alive today, and he is Jewish and a male?
He's a no-good Jew bastard. Only a stinking Jew bastard would kill our Lord.
Right.
Oh,
you know, even one of these spooks wouldn't kill him. They got too much respect.
For the Lord.
Boy, leave it to these stinking Jews with their hook noses and their sacks of money. Sure, they kill Christ. Now, them darkies,
right,
they scared of Christ.
Right.
So they're not going to kill him. Them little darkies.
Right.
With their bones in their noses. Those little burrheads. See, they hear about God, they get good and scared.
They're afraid.
Yeah.
The Jews aren't.
Yeah, they believe in heaven and hell, them darkies.
All right. Thank you, Reverend Falwell.
Yes, does he have anything else to say? I hope not. Hunts Hall, I told you, one of the Bowery boys died the other day at the age of 78.
No wonder that guy died.
Yeah, last weekend.
Your head hurts from that act.
They say he was an investment guy. He was like a rich guy from investment.
Really?
He was really good at investing.
Oh, Satchela. Get out of my malt shop.
He would still make personal appearances. I guess he loved being Satch.
Oh, yes.
And going around and meeting the people.
Oh, Louie.
So now Turner Classic Movies has acquired TV rights to the Bowery Boys.
I love that Bowery Boys. Didn't you love those Bowery Boys?
Very well written. I like the fact that they were like all in their 60s.
Yeah, and the Bowery Boys.
Boys!
Right. Why don't we do a remake of that?
The company will inaugurate a series with the series they're going to guess I showed you.
They were old fat guys.
Right.
They're going to have
We
an
were supposed to believe they were teenagers.
Right.
all-night marathon on June 21st.
The Marx Brothers were younger.
And then they'll start airing the Bowery Boys every Sunday afternoon through September 20th.
All right. I'll watch it.
Or September 23rd. So there. Get your fill of the Bowery Boys.
Right.
Eddie Murphy has a new claymation series on Fox called PJs.
It's awful. It's unwatchable.
Well, he's still taking a lot of flack for it.
It's not worth it.
Here is Eddie to tell us why he decided to do something on TV.
I want to do something that would be really interesting. Have a show that kind of mirrored, society. And still have it be funny, but, but have it be kind of real,
Gilbert's on the show. He plays a parrot.
He should play some Jew landlord.
Why did he set the story in the projects?
The projects would be a cool place to be like, cool, a microcosm of society. We have so many different types of people. Individuals. Everybody's represented, and they have this one character that would have to deal with all of them. I thought it would be interesting.
So why did he feel he had to do the voice of Thurgood?
Because the Big Prophet died.
Who? The Big Prophet
died. And they called me.
What happened to prophets on this?
What this character Thurgood would be like. I didn't think that you could get an actor that would have as much of an understanding of the character as I had, Because I used to live in the projects when I was a little boy, So,
Liar.
So it was like I really understood this.
You grew up in my community.
And there were no projects?
No, it wasn't a project. You had individual houses. So isn't the project like...
Like one of those high-rises or, sometimes it's just a group of houses.
Yeah.
Or apartments.
Ours wasn't the project stuff.
Put together.
Yeah. It wasn't a project. It just was a mess.
So I didn't think that somebody could come in and get his rhythms the way I would be.
Yeah. Keep it real. Here's a scene from PJs.
Just 'cause I love my niggas. I said blood for my niggas. Let a nigga holler where my niggas. All I want to hear is right here, my niggas. Keep it real up in the field,
It's a great show, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Gilbert will be there.
Right.
The PJs airs on Tuesday night.
Want to hear another clip from me?
Sure.
You do?
You got another one?
You're going to kill Gilbert. I think Casey just gave you
2 or 3 layers that didn't quite agree. Then we thought about it and sat down and muddled. And then one of the gentlemen...
No, that ain't the scene from the... Here, this is it.
I'm saying, though, I'll be hearing about this kid X, man. I think that nigga cool, man. Word up. Yeah. He hearing mad like he be robbing niggas. Man. Yeah, what you know about that? I'm saying now, I'm just know what people be saying. You know what I'm saying? What people who? All types of people. Back here, what? Drug ass, what? You say he be robbing niggas and stuff like that. That's whack, That's bullshit. Rob niggas,
This wasn't one of the better episodes.
No. Right.
Kevin Costner has a new movie coming out. It's called Message in a Bottle. He plays a widower who still can't get over the death of his wife. So he sends several love messages in a bottle. Robin Wright Penn finds the messages and decides to track him down.
Costner's an altar cocker with a 20-year-old. That's what this is about.
And we have to ask Cy Sperling about his hair the next time we see him.
Right.
What is Kevin's concept of Message in a Bottle?
Concept is to get a hit movie finally.
I guess my notion of what one would find in a bottle was either like buried treasure or like, hey, I'm stuck in a trunk or come get me out or something like that. I don't know what I was thinking message I would find in a bottle, but then...
I think that movie where he plays golf really sucks.
It struck me.
You know that one? Kevin Costner's a golfer?
Yeah.
And I got to see that movie where he's the postman.
Oh, they said that's really awful.
Yeah, I got to see that.
Can't believe it's the same guy who made Dances with Wolves.
I know, because that was so good.
Yeah. Here he comments on Paul Newman rounding out the cast playing his father.
It was a part significant and strong enough that Paul would see the sense of it. And what was important for me as a producer is we could have filled that part with a great character actor, somebody who could have been quirky and whatever, but Paul's presence gives it weight.
So Paul's not any good, but...
Right. You could have gotten a good actor.
Gave it to him anyway.
We could have gotten a talented actor, but we got Paul Newman instead.
Let's get that guy who plays the parrot.
Yeah, we tried to get him.
We could have gotten Gilbert Godfrey.
He was busy with Hollywood Squares. We could have gotten Paul's wife.
Jim Carrey comments today. Here he tells us the difference between dramatic and comedic acting.
Oh, now he knows the difference?
I think the hard thing about the dramatic acting is that you lay yourself kind of bare, whereas with comedy you come out with a kind of a affected personality or something like that. You create something that's going to intellectually win, you know. And when you do it
like now,
you're kind of leaving yourself naked and.
Oh please, just be funny. Stop with the drama.
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
What does he hope to do in his career that he hasn't done?
The intellectual.
Yeah. You know, I played the buffoon for a long time.
I was a 9-year-old. I was a 9-year-old, and I was spiritually naked when I did dramatic, or as it were, the genre. It might be considered archaic.
My father forced me into show business.
Or just the business of show.
So what does Jim Carrey say?
Here he tells us what he wants to do in his career that he hasn't done already.
Let me reflect.
I want to be able to do everything, you know, like a Jack Lemmon or somebody like that, Jimmy Stewart, who told every story and did it so well.
I have a poem, Johnny. It's about my dog Bo. My dog Bo wants a bone. He's all alone. He's my dog Bo. I rub him on the nose. He's my dog Bo. He barks outside. He has a hairy hide. I take him on a...
Could you die already?
And how important is the money he gets to choosing his project?
It doesn't matter.
I think it's important to make the project for the love of making the project.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever happens, however much money you get, or you know.
Yeah, baby.
Whatever it turns out like.
So you don't care what the money is on a project, do you?
No, because the projects I work on don't have any money.
All right. It would be useless to worry about money. Anything else, Robin?
Yes, Jen Elfman's in the news. She's the star of Dharma and Greg, and here she tells us why people love Dharma.
She's willing to enter life. Neurosis keeps you from entering life.
I like how they analyze their sitcom characters.
Be quiet. Shut up. And there you get that struggle, and there you get that neuroses. Dharma enters everything. You know, she's...
3 years she's going to be Rhonda Shear. Please.
What is her goal for 1999?
Her goal?
Yeah.
I just maintaining Dharma and Greg is the big goal. Maintaining just the stellar quality of it. And I just want to expand movies. And, just keep working with great directors and great actors and challenge myself with roles.
All right.
Get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
And here's Nev Campbell, who's, one of the new Hollywood stars. She's on a show called Party of Five. She was asked, do you think people who watch the show like the sad moments as well as the happy ones?
Who would ask that?
I think that's why people watch it. I think that's why people enjoy it, is because there's real quality to it, and it's just extremely reality-based.
They watch it because nothing else is on.
Not necessarily having great...
They watch it for your two big cans.
It's not about it having a...
Silly.
Keep it real up in the field, all right?
Enough of her.
And there's a new movie out called Rushmore.
Yes.
Good reviews. Which stars a bunch of unknowns and Bill Murray.
Right.
Here is a scene from that movie featuring Jason Schwartzman and Olivia Williams.
Just 'cause I...
That's Jason now.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? You hurt my feelings. This night was important to me.
Wasn't it Jonathan Schwartzman? Reverend Falwell, did you like him? Is he the
He was a stinking little Jew. Stinking mealy-mouthed little Jew.
Right.
He should march your mole into the ovens for killing Christ.
I hurt your feelings.
Oh, my God! I wrote a hit play.
Sounds pretty good. I have to go look that and see it.
Awesome.
I'd rather go see Reverend Paulo.
And finally, it was
the darkies. At least they won't kill trash.
It was a rough week for Marilyn Manson down in Australia. The rocker walked off the stage after playing only half a set on Sunday.
Wow.
He was upset with the crowd, which had been pelting him with bottles and various other objects.
That's what happened to Gilbert at the Go-Go's concert.
One of the band's guitar techs was reportedly injured when he was hit in the head with a thrown object. Over 400 people were treated for injuries at the Perth show, mainly due to sun exposure and crowd surfing.
Dallas, Texas, you're on the air.
A few days earlier, Manson was unable to complete his big day out set in Melbourne when the concert was cut short because of excessive projectiles as well.
Groucho, do you like Marilyn Manson?
Well, Marilyn Manson, I remember when she was married to DiMaggio.
All right.
And he was a great ball player years ago. This was at a time when if you were a great ball player, it meant that you would win a ball game.
Right. He could do it single-handedly.
He could single-handedly win a ball game because back then they would have ball games with two teams.
Right.
And
years ago.
If one team won, then they were the winning team.
Right. Now I see your brother's with you, the one who plays the horns.
Yeah, he is.
Harpo. Hi, Harpo. How are you?
Yes.
Right.
The reason they called him Harpo is an interesting story. It's because he played the harp.
Right. Nobody realized that. Yeah. All right, thank you, Groucho. I go back to sleep.
Do you know, I was very grouchy.
Right, so they called you Groucho.
They called me Grouch.
That's an interesting story, too.
Yeah.
That was years ago, right?
I remember the Big Bopper. He was big.
You met him?
Yes, and so he was the Big Bopper.
Right.
They called it a plane crash. Years ago, they called it a plane crash.
Right.
If a plane was in the sky and then it crashed.
Right, okay. Thank you, Groucho. What else is in the news? Anything, Robin?
That's it.
All right. Gilbert Gottfried will be... Have you ever seen Gilbert Gottfried, Groucho?
I saw Gilbert Gottfried years ago.
Right.
See, if you... He was a great guy.
All right, will you perform at Caroline's in New York on February 4th? Next week you'll be at Zany's in Chicago on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Gilbert, thanks for coming in.
Well, I was going to... Years ago, you go on a radio show,
right,
and you couldn't see who was on because it was radio.
Now, what was it like, the early years of radio?
Well, you're talking to a microphone, right, and people would have radios, and they would listen to their radios.
Right.
And that's...
fascinating. I can see why Dick Cavett spent hours in here. Jackie Penthouse joke page. Martling has an exciting career, doesn't he, Groucho?
Well, he does dirty jokes.
He does dirty jokes, right?
And he doesn't like it, Caroline.
No, it's not enough money.
He feels the audience isn't intelligent enough for him.
He's a great vaudevillian, wasn't he?
Right. He's a vaudevillian.
Yes, he's a vaudevillian. I worked with Jackie years ago. He's about 75.
All right, his 79-minute raunchy joke CD, Hot Dogs and Donuts, which is the hot dog is the vagina. No, excuse me, the donut is the vagina and the hot dog is the penis.
Because donut has a hole in it.
Right.
Years ago,
right,
make donuts.
All right, it's only $12 plus $4 US shipping.
Years ago, they only made the hole.
Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday and Saturday, Jackie, February 12th and 13th at Viva Debris in Syracuse, New York. For information and online joke, visit jokeland.com. Jokeland.com.
All right, just one joke.
And don't miss Stuttering John's band appearing at Club B'nai in South Amboy, New Jersey this Friday night. John, you're going to be there?
Yeah.
All right, and listen to tracks of John's album at stutteringjohn.com. Do you have a .com also?
Yeah.
Right.
Buy my album. I'm looking for IPOs.